front door. There's a little vestibule right here where the public can come in. We meet them at the window and can help them with whatever they need. This is one of our bathrooms. This is the only shower that we have, so come back from college, shower. That's where we get to do it. This front room right here doubles as our administrative assistant's office and as a bedroom. This station was built in the 1960s and was never meant to be lived in, which is why you won't find any bedrooms here. They only started working 24-hour shifts in 2009, but the building was never updated to kind of reflect that.
Okay.
Come this way into the kitchen. So not only do we work here 40 hours a week, we live here 40 hours a week. We don't leave, so cook all our meals, eat all our meals. We have our day room for our off hours in there. We work in there, and then we have our bedrooms where we sleep.
So you can cook a full meal with no problems at all?
We can cook a full meal. I mean, limited counter space, but yeah, most of our stuff is stuff people are running from home or the union or the association purchase, but we can cook. Yep.
Very nice.
Most people bring their.
Those all your trophies up there, I noticed?
Those are trophies from years past, musters from different departments.
Very good. I like the copper ones at the end there.
I wonder how old those ones are. This is our day room, and it's where we work. So we all are firefighter paramedics, but most of us have other jobs that we do. I do senior safe stuff. John Gothard does EMS. The fire captain does fire prevention. We have an EMS supply guy. So we all have other jobs that require us to work at desks during the day. So we have 3 workstations. Our 4 recliners kind of in the middle here. Chief's office is in the back. It's also kind of doubling as a storage closet because we don't have a storage space, so it's kind of full. And then at nighttime we pull down the beds. During the day we don't work with it open. They're Murphy beds.
Oh, you just show what it looks like. Okay.
So they fold up, and then it looks like a cabinet. So this is how we work during the day. Same in the front. The bed in the front is a Murphy bed, so it gets lifted up, so Rebecca doesn't have to work around a bed. I believe Chief's brother made these.
Yes.
Handmade, homemade. Yeah, that's where we work. I'm on this desk to just have some stuff that we're currently working on for safe programming. There's a 911 lesson plan. That is a brand new one that I've been working on the past couple weeks. It's going to be a little hazard house where kids can go in and pick out the hazard in each room. So it's going to be like a little hair dryer plugged in on the edge of the tub, a little cell phone charging in the bed, candle too close to a curtain, pizza box in the oven, stuff like that. So we'll be able to go up to that and point out what's not safe about it.
What you should point out is all of the renovations that were done in here weren't town paid. The fire association paid for all of the materials, and members of the fire department built the desks, built the wall to give the chief an office, built the Murphy beds. So all of the furnishings in here were built by members of the department and paid for by the fire association.
Now, how is it at night when you're trying to sleep? Is it pretty quiet, in a way, or it's not too bad?
You mean call-wise?
Yeah.
Depends on the night. Sometimes you can sleep through the night without any calls. Sometimes you're up 3 or 4 times. There's no really rhyme or reason to it.
Just gotta wait for that call to come through.
You just wait for the phone to ring or for the tone to go off. We get a lot of phone calls in the middle of the night, believe it or not.
Is there a bell that rings when a call goes off if people are sleeping and the other people, it's usually 3 on?
It's the whole station, the tone will go off, so
Yeah.
wherever you are, the garage, the back room.
You can hear it.
You can hear it, it's loud.
Yeah, there's a speaker in every room. Plus, they're also hearing other departments, you know, that are getting dispatched to work in their communities. So, you know, they're hearing that all night also. So,
You're constantly listening through the night.
So, you know, when they say asleep, it's not asleep. You know?
It's
Yeah.
it's not. It's
A cat nap, maybe.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like sleeping at home. We're such a small department, we only have 3 people on at a time. So
Okay.
any call that comes into the fire department, all 3 of us are going. It's not like just an engine's getting dispatched, or even when the ambulance just gets dispatched. 2 of us are on the ambulance, and then the 3rd person comes if we need a 3rd person. Extra hands, carrying equipment, and then they'll come back to the station and we'll transport to the hospital.
Okay.
So when the tones go off, we're kind of all getting up and going. We don't have enough people to have crew left here when the ambulance is out. Or the fire call, we all ditch the ambulance here and get on the fire engine and do the fire call.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now the second floor, is that in play for anything, or is that just storage?
Just storage.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, it's too
Used to be a
bad.
flat roof.
Oh, and you changed that a few years
ago,
back?
the peak was put on.
Oh, okay.
It's only accessed through a ladder
You know,
out back.
the peak was put on because, the walls were leaking when it would rain. So it was, the peak was put on to stop the rain from coming.
Oh, okay.
So this is where we work, we sleep, we recreate after hours, all in this room.
Very good.
Did you guys already see the garage? You want to look at the garage?
Sure.
Yeah.
Good video.
You guys are on camera. This is the garage. It's set up right now for the open house, but normally it's much more crowded in here. It looks like a big wide open space, but normally there's 2 ambulances on this side and then 2 fire engines on that side. So it is quite crowded and all the trucks are parked in here.
Awesome.
Now I'll take you to the 3rd bedroom. In the back here. 3 people are here too because of the carcinogens in our gear and from firefighting. It's not allowed in the day room or we sleep.
Oh,
So you
really?
see signs on the door that says no keep your gear beyond this point. That's why it's all kept out near the garage. Yeah, because when you go on a fire call, your coat's collecting and your pants are collecting all those carcinogens, and there's PFAS in our gear to keep it waterproof, which they're actually in the process of getting rid of. I think by 2027, we have to have. They're no longer going to be able to sell gear in Massachusetts that has PFAS.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but it's going to make our gear a lot heavier, thicker, more bulky, harder to move in. But
Somebody was saying they only have a minute to get dressed when the alarm goes off?
they don't time us, but the quicker the better.
Okay.
That's why you'll see like everyone's pants are already tucked into their boots. So you just gotta step in, pull it on, pull it up, and then your pants and
Boom,
boots are all
bolt comes on and off you go.
off you go. And then our SCBAs, our air packs are in the truck, they're incorporated into the seats kind of.
Okay.
So once you get in, you put that on and finish getting dressed in the truck. So you get out, you're all ready to go. This is our EMS supply room / 3rd bedroom. So these are all our extra EMS supplies that we use to stock our ambulance from. We have a guy that takes a look at what's in here and orders what we need when we need it. And then this is the only spot we had for our 3rd bed, so we have a kind of cot style bed back here. And exercise room. Oh, a treadmill.
Sponsor us,
So when
Planet
it comes
Fitness.
time to maintain your trucks and everything, you guys do your own work, or does a mechanic comes on the premise?
We have a guy who is our department mechanic, so he'll take care of small things, whatever he can. Certain things go to the highway department to get fixed, like oil changes, a lot of stuff happens over there, brakes. I think he just put Matt Carr. Not Matt. What is his name?
Mr. Carr, I know his last name's Carr. Mark Carr.
Mark Carr.
Yeah, over the
He
highway
just
department.
changed the tires on car 3. Any big pumps type stuff from fire engines, that usually goes to Bulldog in Westport.
Bulldog Fire Apparatus in Westport,
Westport.
yeah.
Oh, they handle the biggest stuff.
They handle the bigger stuff.
Yeah,
the
things like
stuff,
internal
engine stuff,
pump
yeah.
work. But Lieutenant Green is our in-house mechanic, so he can fix doors and lights.
Yeah, change a light bulb,
Yeah,
stuff like
small
that,
stuff.
you know.
Comes in handy. Wow.
That is our whole station.
No, we thank you. No, it's nice to see how it works, you know?
We've definitely outgrown it. Just because when it was built, it was never meant to house 3 people for 24 hours a day.
When I first started, all the medical equipment was in a small cabinet like that.
Oh, okay.
And this used to be a storage room for extra nozzles, hose. There was shelves in here, and then you have to adapt to the current needs and. So,
A lot of our extra fire stuff, extra hose and stuff, that all gets stored at Station 2. So if we're here and we need it during the day, we just have to drive the apparatus over to Station 2,
Okay.
swap it out, do whatever we need to do there.
And how's the, what do you got for a heating system to keep warm while you're sleeping? Is it oil or electric?
It's something
What's
like
that?
Right? The heating system?
Heating
the
system?
system is forced hot air.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's a unit here,
See back here so you can see.
and then AC is
Over there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's off today because the garage doors are
Oh,
open
of
and we don't
course.
wanna
Yeah,
pump-
we're all freezing right now.
We don't want to pump hot air out into the abyss. So.
Used to be a boiler with water years and years ago, and then
Oh,
it got
really?
converted to forced hot air.
And once again, this station was built in 1960, right?
Yeah, I
60,
think 62,
Okay.
65, around there. Yeah.
Wow, it's been a lot of
The original
years.
station was the parking lot where is the footprint where the original fire station was.
Oh, really?
And they
Okay.
built this behind it and then tore that down.
Okay.
So the parking lot is actually the septic system.
Okay.
Cesspool, right?
Cesspool, it's not a septic. So
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Well, no, we thank you for showing us
you.
around.
Thank you for coming. Bert. We tape off these vents in our lockers just because when the ambulances are started in the garage, we just don't want the exhaust blowing into our personal belongings.
Makes sense.
Try to, so these get connected to the exhaust and you'll hear the system kick on and kind of sucks the exhaust out so it's not filling the garage. But nothing touches that. It probably doesn't catch all of it. And backing in, we're supposed to put them on like outside the garage, but that's not always practical. So try to limit our exposure to bad stuff or any exposure to bad stuff. So.
Old days was like they come down the pole and they put the gear on, stuff like that.
So this gear right here is made out of special materials to help prevent fires. It can get really warm. This is their turnout coat. They put over there's like a jacket. Those are pants made out of the same material. Those will help you stay from catching fire and stuff.
So they're all like flame proof?
Yep. The boots, they're made of Nomex. Boots all have steel toe, so you don't get anything dropped on you and whatnot. Prevent you from tools. Got a helmet. You get different variations of helmets, leather, plastics. They can put different shields on them. You can say your number, which is your identification and stuff.
Okay.
So when you're talking over the radio, that's your ID.
So it's all recorded in so they know
Yep.
who's got what.
Yep.
Now, how fast you guys, once the alarm goes off, how quick does it take to get out of the
So-
station?
And in the fire academy, you have to get your gear on within a minute,
Wow.
and then you should be in your truck and going out with under a minute.
And how many here staff in this fire station right now, you said?
So there's 3 people on duty, 24 hours, and they have groups that rotate through, so different people will be here every day.
So the groups, in case they need it, say it's a bigger fire than they think there
more
is?
people can come in on call and stuff.
Okay, very good.
Hi, my name is John Gauthier. I'm a lieutenant here at the fire department. I also serve as the department's EMS coordinator. Today we're going to talk about our frontline ambulance, ambulance number 1. It is a 2019 Braun with a Ford chassis. Let me show you guys around.
And
So in this first exterior cabinet, we have a large oxygen tank. We have some large splints for leg injuries and the like. We also have a command board. Should there be an MCI, we can keep track of what personnel is on scene, what trucks. And then we have some road flares and caution tape, just so if we are at an accident scene, we can keep the road safe. These cabinets have just a whole bunch of kind of splinting stuff. So these are, if you hurt your arm or your leg, we can keep them splinted nice and protected and safe. The bottom shelf here, we have some active shooter kits. Those contain ballistic vests and ballistic helmets should we need to go into some sort of active shooter situation. Since we serve as dual role paramedics and firefighters, we keep our firefighting gear right here on the truck. So if we're out on a call and we need to respond, we have our gear ready to go in the ambulance as well. Spinal mobilization stuff. So this is a cervical collar. So if we're concerned about any sort of spinal injury, we will stabilize your neck and your back. Use one of these boards and a neck collar, just so we don't aggravate any injury that you might have caused. This is our stair chair. So typically, people who are sick and injured that we see have mobility issues. So we can get them out of the house using this stair chair. This final exterior cabinet just gives us some access, both inside and out, to a lot of our first-in bags. This is a pediatric bag. It has all of our pediatric equipment ready to go right inside of it. This is called a Lucas device. It's just a automatic chest compression device, so we can put that on. It frees up a hand instead of us having to do chest compressions. It's an automatic device that does it for us at the perfect rate, depth. It does a really good job. All right, let's go inside. So as we just talked about, this is all just the same stuff. The top shelf, we have an oxygen bag here. Again, that'll go in with us into the house in case you need oxygen right away. It also carries some medications and stuff that we may need to give immediately. We have something called CPAP. It's continuous positive airway pressure, and that just kind of helps keeps your airway open to help people breathe better. Some of our medications require refrigerated temperatures, so that's what this is, just a refrigerator that we keep some medications in. Again, some require medication, some require cooling. Our cabinets are set up fairly well organized, so all of our airway stuff is right here. All of our trauma and bandaging stuff is located right here. So that way, when we need something, it's all kind of readily available. Some of the stuff we keep, so this top shelf's all kind of advanced airway stuff. So we have a kit readily available for intubation. So if we need to intubate somebody, it's all conveniently stored in here. If we have trouble intubating them, we can use what's called a supraglottic airway device, and this will protect their airway. But it's much easier to put in. And then we have various masks and nasal cannulas for breathing. And then this is just various bandaging stuff. We have some sterile water for wound irrigation, and then various size bandages, blood pressure cuffs, different diagnostic equipment in here. We also have a fluid warmer, so we can keep our fluid nice and warm. If somebody is hypothermic or requires some sort of warm fluid, we keep this at a nice warm temperature. This is our Physio-Control Life Pack 15. It's a heart monitor, so this does basic 4-lead EKGs, it does 12-lead EKGs, and then various diagnostics, blood pressure and pulse oximetry and that sort of thing. This goes in on every call and gets placed on just about every person. And then just spare equipment, the leads for the EKGs, some extra batteries, printing paper. This also does defibrillation. So similar to an AED, only we do manual defibrillation. So we have spare pads, spare cables. This is just some infection control stuff, some masks, infection control stuff. If things get a little messy back here, we can kind of put gowns on, masks on, that sort of thing to protect ourselves and other folks. This is a pediatric cabinet. So in here we have pretty much everything that was in that cabinet, just on a smaller scale. It also contains our obstetric kit. Should we have a delivery in the back of the ambulance, various breathing devices, the intubation kit, all just pediatric sized. Right behind you here, we have what's called an intraosseous drill. So if we can't get IV access, typically if we have to give fluid or medications, we'll use a IV catheter. But if we are unable to get IV access, we'll use an IO drill, and it's just simply a needle and a drill that we'll place inside your bone to get medications and fluid inside. Another great piece of equipment we have is, so like we were talking about with the intubation kit, where we take a tube and we put it in your throat just to secure your airway. If we are having trouble visualizing some of the airway, we can use a video laryngoscope. Oh my god, a video laryngoscope. So it gives us a better view of what's going on inside your airway. So we simply put this laryngoscope blade on this camera, and we can see everything that's going on. We don't have to get real close in there, and it gives us a much better view. Also helps us record, which is great for confirming placement of the tube, and also QA/QI purposes. We can review these intubations to see what went well, what went wrong, so we can always improve. This is our narcotic locker, so we keep some controlled substances in here. And then we have various medications. 2 drawers full of different medications that we can use. And this top drawer has all different size needles and syringes for medication administration. These drawers have IV catheters, everything we need to start a peripheral IV, different size catheters, securing devices, that sort of thing. Fluid administration, we have a few different size saline bags. In this drawer we have 1,000 bags, and then we have some smaller bags up here, which typically used for different medication administrations. We'll infuse them in saline to give them. And then that's about it for the inside of the truck.
Awesome.
Zach Smoose, Lieutenant, Dighton Fire Department. We go through an engine. This is Dighton Engine 1. Out of Station 2, the north end. Got a kid in the fire crew. My driver for today. The driver is responsible for getting the truck to the scene, pumping, doing whatever needs to be done. They're in charge of the whole truck, so anything that comes off it, they're responsible for. That's where the back end guy sits. So he has his SCBA, so he can breathe in a fire. All of his tools. A bunch of different tools in there for different calls, fires, extrications, rapid intervention, just about everything. This is the pump panel. This is where you get water out of the truck. So the driver can go over here and do his magic, pull levers, charge hose lines so he can put the fire out. Come here, this is the engineer's compartment. So the driver, anything he needs to pump the truck, get water into the truck. This is where he can get all his tools, his hoses, short shot hoses, wrenches, like I said, you name it, it's in here. Another cabinet full of tools, hand tools, spare nozzles, adapters for hoses. Got 2 spare packs to carry all spare cylinders for the CVAs. Next compartment is high-rise packs, a high-rise bag, so we can hook to like standpipes, in the schools, commercial buildings. Got our fire extinguishers here. To the back of the truck, a wide variety of hoses, from supply hoses to large diameter hoses to tack line. That's where we hook our hydrants. We have our hydrant set up on the back. The guy in charge of grabbing the plug of the hydrant, grab the valves, and fully dress the hydrant. So after the fire or CO flow, we need to vent the house or the structure. We have different fans so we can do positive pressure ventilation, exhaust ventilation, stuff like that. This compartment we just have a roof saw and a chainsaw, so we got to cut a roof or cut a tree down, something like that. We have a 35-foot ladder and a roof ladder on here, so we can do a wide variety of things. Going mutual aid, you never know what we're going to do. We could do rapid intervention, fire attack, roof ventilation, throwing ladders. So it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife of trucks. For our staffing levels, we don't always get the ladder truck out the door, or it's nice to have a ladder that can reach 30 feet. So this compartment, we just have some cribbing. For like vehicle extrications or calls, we have our foam set up here, speedy dry, and just some tools. This is the other side of the pump compartment, the pump panel, so he can put hoses in or out from this side as well. Again, this is the back step. Like I said, multiple tools in here. EMS compartment in the center there. This is the officer's seat. So the guy in charge of the truck, he calls out a shot. This is where he sits. He has, keys, officer's tool, his SCBA, iPad for navigation and communicating between the trucks and who's going, who's not going. And then the front of the truck. So another driver of the truck's responsibility. He has other intakes and we charge lines from here. And then we have a front bumper line in the front for like gas fire, car fire, stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you.
It's the Dighton Engine 1. Honey.